Cool. Great. So we'll just go live there. We're live, hypothetically, over here. Oh, Jesus. Perfect. Well, welcome. I'm doing this live just so that I can answer any quick questions of people that pop up. But otherwise, if you do have questions, feel free to shoot them in the comments section. But what I am doing currently is going to be just going over a total cost analysis. So this is a tool. Sorry, you can tell that I just kind of go off the cuff at times. Um, so this is going to be a tool that I use when it comes to showing people their options. There we go. And the big thing that I want to talk about today is going to be cost of waiting. So cost of waiting is something that people throw around a lot when it comes to real estate. They kind of use it as a scare tactic, in all honesty, versus an education. They're just like, oh, it's going to cost you more, but you don't really know what those numbers look like. And so my goal today is just to kind of give people more of what those numbers actually look like when it comes to waiting to buy a house. So especially the people that are wanting to buy in the next 12 months, I'm kind of just giving you a look into the future. So here in Colorado, let me give you some quick headlines. We're not going to ever have a crash in the real estate market in the foreseeable future. All this demand and these skyrocketing home prices are not caused by a false market. This is a true market. These are just more people coming into Colorado, driving up demand. So this is basic economics. This is not a case of what happened in like 2008, where everyone was getting a loan. And so people were able to get loans that they could not necessarily afford. They bundle those up. These subprime loans, they'd bundle these up, sell them off, and then people weren't able to make their mortgage payments. And so people started defaulting on those loans, and that's what happened. Not what is happening here. This is just pure demand. So if you're waiting for there to be some sort of bubble, it's not going to happen anytime soon. And more importantly, the longer you wait, the increase in demand is going to still be there. Worst case scenario, things level out. So, say you bought a house today for the most expensive that you could, um, you're not going to get uh, this huge decline in home values like we saw in 2008. That's not what's happening. It's the demand is there. It might level out eventually, but that's going to be the biggest thing that we can see. It's not a bubble. So, just fun little factoid there. But now let's talk about the cost of waiting. And this can be applied really to anywhere in the country, as more people are trying to work remotely, which Nick and I covered in our last week's podcast. Um, More people are driving up demand in smaller towns or in basically non-coastal towns, because people want to live in these places for a myriad of reasons now that they can actually um, live there, because they can bring their job with them. So let's just very quickly look at what average rents are for a 3 bedroom. I figured that was a good one. That's really good for people that are, have a family, new family, have a new kid. Um, if you know anyone like that, feel free to uh, uh, tag them. There we go, tag them so that they can see this information. Um, and so yeah, about $2,300 for a 3 bedroom for rent in Denver, Colorado. Absolutely insane, in my opinion. You can buy a house for that, or you can buy a townhouse or a condo, I should say, which is much better than just renting, for that absurd price. So let's just look at what we have currently. So currently, if you were to buy in the $500,000 range, Your total monthly payment would be about $3,000. So that includes taxes, insurance, all the good stuff. And right now, rates are floating at around 4.5% if you have great credit and not a ton of debt and a lot of things to work on. But if you don't have a plan, you can never get anywhere. So being aware of what you need to do to fix those things to get good interest rates and get qualified for a loan is important. So yeah, 500,000 for 3% down for first time home buyer. It's only 15,000. I say that only, but that's 15,000. So you don't need to do 20% down for first time home buyers. um, so total payment 3,000 bucks. Now if you were to buy, say, a $350,000 townhouse, for instance, and there are a good amount of these in the Denver metro or effectively along the Front Range. So when you hear all those statistics about, hey, there's no houses for sale, blah, blah, there's no houses, no houses, really what's going on is um, there's no single family houses. There's still plenty of condos, still plenty of townhomes. That is still very okay market. We by no means where we want to be, but there's more than enough of those if that is something that you're wanting to purchase. It's a less competitive market than the single family market. So 350, still only 3% down, so 10 and a half, and then a total payment of just over 2,000. So you're actually paying less per month for that rental at that point. So now let's say you wait, right? So you're waiting, you're saying, I'm going to wait for the 500 for whatever bubble you think is going to happen. It's not, but say that you wait in 1 year. We're generally seeing some great appreciation here in Denver, especially over the last few years, about 10% on average. So you're seeing a price of, instead of 500,000, that same $500,000 house that you were wanting to purchase now just went up in equity, which means you have to pay 50,000 more to get that same house, and you lost out on the opportunity to have that appreciation yourself. So beyond that, you also have a rate increase. Interest rates are going to continue to go up for a little bit until they level off to where they were pre-COVID levels. So 5% is not absurd. If you have poor or less than perfect credit, then yeah, 5% is probably what you're going to see today, and your interest rate's only going to go up from there. But the bigger thing is your monthly payment will have gone up between waiting for, say, a year for the appreciation and everything. You are now costing yourself almost 500, just over $400 per month. And then the same can be said for that same $350,000 townhouse or condo. Your total monthly payment just on the mortgage end of things is going to be going up by over $240 per month. So that's all I really had to show. If you want to check this out, I'll leave the link to it below. If you know anyone that would benefit from something like this, please share it with them so that they know where they're at, especially if they want to buy. And I'll just keep doing these once a week. So thank y'all and have a good rest of your day.